guys, I am back. So I took quite a while off after the Super Bowl, just to kind of rest, recuperate, and actually, I never actually made my prediction videos for the AFC NFC Championship games or the Super Bowl. Now, I never intended to do one for the Pro Bowl because the Pro Bowl's, it's it's not what it used to be, and also people don't really care. So I just knew I wasn't going to do it. So we're going to just give a quick recap of those three games, and I'll just talk for a little bit. So I went 2-1, not last week. Don't worry about that. But I went 2-1 over the final three games. I picked each of the number one seeds to win their games. So I thought Baltimore was going to beat Kansas City, and I thought that the Niners would beat the Lions. Now, I was really hoping for a Ravens-Lions Super Bowl, so I'd still be 1-1 in my picks. But instead, the Niners were able to complete their comeback versus the Lions, and the Chiefs were able to take down the Baltimore Ravens. And then once we moved to the Super Bowl, I basically threw my hands up in the air, gave up, and I picked the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl, hoping I'd be wrong. And the reason why I hope I'd be wrong is that I don't like it when one or maybe even two teams dominate and win multiple Super Bowls in a short period of time. I am much more of a variation, you know, I want to phrase this correctly. Like, yes, because if I say, everyone gets a fair shot, like, no, everyone does get a fair shot, quote unquote fair, depending on your players. But I'm more of a, if we had a different team win the Super Bowl every year. So in theory, if your team won the Super Bowl once every 32 years, I'd kind of be happy with that. Or, and it doesn't have to be once every 32 years you win a Super Bowl. But if you won a Super Bowl once every 10, maybe 15 years, that I'd be more okay with. To be a Tom Brady who went to 10 Super Bowls and won 7 of them. Now, one of them was with Tampa, so he won 6 with New England. And now to see what Kansas City's doing with Mahomes, it's like, yeah, congratulations. You fucking won. Like, I'd rather see someone else win the Super Bowl, which is why I was rooting so hard for teams like Detroit, Houston, Buffalo, teams who have never won the Super Bowl before, and some who have never been to a Super Bowl. So I do like a good variation of guys or of teams to win the Super Bowl. It's just, to me, I hate to say it gets boring when the same team wins a ton of Super Bowls. But if you can't call it maybe repetitive, like, I just don't enjoy seeing one team win the Super Bowl. Multiple, times in a short period of, if you win 5 in 6 or 7 years, it's like, okay, like, fucking congratulations. Like, yes, that's a huge deal. Like, even Tom Brady couldn't win 5 and 7 years. But I just don't like seeing the same team win over and over. Obviously, it's going to be, well, what about your favorite team? What if your favorite team won 5 Super Bowls in 7 years, or, was winning the Super Bowl essentially on average every other year, you could call it. Because in like 20 years in New England, Tom Brady, or over a 20-year career, he went to 10 Super Bowls. So it's like, would you feel the same if you went to the Super Bowl every other year, if it was your favorite team? And that is a very fair point. And the answer is probably no, because my team would be winning. And then obviously that makes, point out, well, hypocrite, because then you'd be happy. You'd be standing, you'd be right on your high horse and, gloating and everything. And much how like a Kansas City or New England fan gets to be on their high horse and gloat and whatnot. When their team's winning the Super Bowl, or going to the Super Bowl every other year and winning multiple championships. But then as a Kansas City or New England fan, are they like, hey, let's get some variation in here? So it could be hypocritical both ways. And I don't know, I would have just liked to see someone else win the Super Bowl, personally. Especially a team that hasn't won it before, or hasn't been to one before. And that's just my view on it. But I did pick Kansas City to win, which is how we got to 2-1 for a complete season record of 182 and 103. Now, I did check, I think it was after the regular season, I think it was. I made a video on it, so it's on the channel somewhere. But it was how I compare to people who actually do this for a living. And I was essentially average, is literally what I was, because I looked at 2 different sites. One guy I had a better record, one guy I had a worse record. I went to a third site and they had 6 different people. 3 people had a better record, 3 people had a worse record. I was quite literally average. So if I actually got paid to do this, I'd be an average predictor at straight up. I didn't bet spreads or anything like that. So, 182 and 103. So now that we kind of talked about that a little bit, I do want to talk about what's coming up on the channel. So, as of me recording this, the last day of the Combine, I believe, was yesterday. I'm recording this on Monday the 4th, so I think Sunday the 3rd, I think that was the last day of the Combine. With the offensive linemen and maybe special teams, I think they were saying, but I didn't see anything for special teams. Though I guess there's not much to see. But I will come out with a little bit of analysis on that. Who I thought performed well. We did have an NFL Combine record get broken, so I'll talk about that a little bit. And then as we go closer to the draft, I'll do mock drafts. I'll do, certain things, talking about, could this guy get traded? Could that guy get traded? Could, who's going to sign this guy? Like, so today, for example, Mike Evans signed an extension with Tampa, so now he's no longer on the market. And people were saying, oh, he could go here, he could go here, he could go here. Well, no, not anymore. Russell Wilson, he was officially told that he's going to be released today by Denver. So it's like, okay, now where's Russell Wilson going? Plus the aspect that whether he sits on his couch or he is playing for another team, the Broncos are going to pay him $39 million. And unless a team is stupid enough to pay him $40 million, or 39.5, whatever, but let's just say 40. Unless a team's dumb enough to pay him more than what the Broncos are paying him, you can essentially sign him for the veteran minimum. There's no incentive for that NFL team or Russell Wilson to sign for anything more than that, because there's no point. He's not going to make more than 39 unless a team gives him more than 39. But even then, he gets $39 million, and the team signs him to a veteran minimum deal, and that money then goes back in the pocket of Denver. I don't think literally. I think they just don't pay him that money. It's like that team pays him that money, and then Denver covers the rest of the 39. So it's literally a veteran minimum deal. And then, where's Russell going to go? And I can talk about different NFL news. And I've been really just irritating. I don't know. I've been a certain way on Twitter/X recently, where I see how the Steelers are favored for Russell Wilson. They're favored for Justin Fields. They're the favorites to sign Ryan Tannehill. They can sign... I've seen Jimmy Garoppolo trade for Mac Jones. And it feels like the Steelers are the favorite, or at least near the top of like the favorite to have every single quarterback who has ever played in the NFL. Like, they're the favorite to convince Dan Marino to come out of retirement. Like, it's getting ridiculous at this point, and I'm getting irritated by it. So I'm, a certain way on X right now. And I'll pull something up right now, just as like a little proof, and then I'll end this video. So if I open my X, I go to my page. Here I am. Where is it? Okay. So a page called NFL Notifications tweeted out, rumor alert. The Bears have resumed trade talks for Justin Fields after a brief pause to focus on the combine. The Steelers have been the most aggressive in talks, but the Bears want Diontae Johnson in the deal, who the Steelers have been unwilling to part with so far. Updates to come as they develop. So then I retweeted that and quote tweeted and said, just read the exact opposite. Other tweets by other people said they aren't pursuing a trade for Justin Fields, and that Diontae is available for the right price. Just remember, everyone, nobody knows anything. So think about that. This page is saying the Steelers are trying to trade for Justin Fields, and the Steelers are not willing to trade Diontae Johnson. Where I'm reading tweets from other people saying, no, they're not going after Justin Fields. And yeah, no, you can definitely trade for Diontae Johnson if the price is right. It's literally the exact opposite of what this person just said. And the fact that they're the favorites for this, the favorites for that, this, that, the other, and I'm just like, shut up until it's confirmed. Like, I'm waiting for the team to confirm something. I'm waiting for Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport, the actual insiders who know people, not Joe Schmo who can say, per anonymous sources, and he gets to say whatever the fuck he wants. Like, and not have to prove anything. Like, he doesn't have to prove shit. And then, like, I've seen stuff where it's, no, the Steelers aren't gonna, sign or trade or anything like that for a quarterback. Well, no, they kind of have to. Kenny's the only guy on the roster. Yes, they can re-sign Mason Rudolph, but that's only 2. Like, no, they literally have to acquire quarterbacks. And now this is right from the mouth of Omar Khan, the GM of the Steelers. They are looking at all avenues: free agency, trade, draft. They are looking at everything for the quarterback room. So to say, nah, they're good. No, they literally aren't. It's not Mason, Mitch, and Kenny like it was last year. It's not. So just nobody knows anything. That's what I've concluded. Like, it's all bullshit. Everyone's an idiot. And nobody knows anything. So, like, I've just accepted that. And yes, I'm going to talk about some of this stuff about, could this guy go somewhere? Or, what does it mean if he goes somewhere? But I'm not going to give any predictions about where they're going. That's just me. Because I'm sick and tired of it. And if I'm sick and tired of it, maybe other people are too. Or maybe some people are just, oh, give me more, give me more. More information, please. It's like, just shut up. So, that is it. I know I went on a bit of a rant there, but that's kind of just what's coming up. Not rants, hopefully, but that's some of the information that's coming up. So, if you guys did enjoy this, do me a favor, leave a like, and if you're excited for any of the content that's coming, subscribe to the channel and turn notifications on, and then when I upload those videos, you get notified about it, and you can watch it as soon as it comes out. And then I will see all you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.